The long-running tension between Gene Simmons of Kiss and Tony Iommi of Black Sabbath has become one of rock's quieter but enduring behind-the-scenes stories. Emerging in the 1970s, when both bands were at the height of their influence, the friction never exploded into a public feud but simmered beneath the surface, shaped by clashing personalities, artistic philosophies, and differing visions for the future of rock music. The roots of the issue trace back to the mid-1970s when Kiss and Black Sabbath shared several tour dates. Accounts from former crew members suggest that the atmosphere backstage was often strained. While Kiss was known for its theatricality, elaborate costumes, and pyrotechnics, some within the Black Sabbath camp thought the approach was overly flashy. Gene Simmons, often seen as the outspoken face of Kiss, was described during these years as having an assertive, sometimes arrogant, demeanor that didn't sit well with everyone. Tony Iommi, whose personality contrasted sharply with Simmons's flamboyance, reportedly found Simmons's penchant for self-promotion excessive and was said to be unimpressed by what he viewed as the bassist's business-first mentality. Decades later, this underlying tension found new life following Simmons' provocative 2014 claim that rock is dead. His argument was that the music no longer carried the vitality or innovation that once defined it. Musicians across generations reacted strongly, but Tony Iommi's response stood out. In an interview with Loudwire, Iommi dismissed the idea outright, insisting that the genre remained timeless. He stated, "Rock will never die. As long as there are people who love this music, its spirit will live on." To Iommi, rock was fundamentally a cultural force, an attitude rather than a trend, and therefore impossible to extinguish simply due to changes in the industry. Iommi's sentiment was widely interpreted as a subtle rebuke to Simmons, reigniting discussions about the philosophical divide between the two icons. Simmons as the pragmatic businessman who viewed music through a commercial lens, and Iommi as the steadfast idealist devoted to the purity and endurance of the craft. Observers describe this dynamic as a Cold War, a symbolic clash of perspectives rather than a personal confrontation. Although the two men never engaged in a direct public conflict, their differing worldviews continue to spark debate among fans. Some align with Simmons' blunt realism, while others embrace Iommi's enduring optimism. Ultimately, their subtle rivalry highlights how even rock legends can diverge sharply when ego, passion, and philosophy intersect.